Okay, so this is your what to do first. So you've just downloaded the Cake Ninja and you don't know what to do because yes, there is a lot of information here. So don't get worried. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to keep this copy as your master. Okay, so it says Cake Ninja 2.4. You're going to go to File. You're going to make a copy. And then you're going to name it something. So what I would do is I would name it maybe by your business name or something like that, but with a date. So it's going to be, let's say you're starting it in June. So you're going to say June 2020 through December 2020, let's say 6-7 months. You might actually have to make another one in September because you got really busy. So you could do that and make another one in the exact same way. And then once you've named it, you're going to press OK. And then I'm not going to do that now, but you're going to press OK. And it will save it. And that's the one you want to work off of. So this one, which is your original, and what you may want to do is just rename this up here. You can see how it says rename. You can rename it Cake Ninja, maybe Master Cake Ninja. Okay, so that way you know that one's the clean copy that you never want to write on. You just want to use that as the new one to copy from. Okie dokie. So the Quick Start Guide is the best place to start. If you want another overview, you can see it here. You're looking at the initial setup tutorial here. So very important that you start using a kitchen scale. If you don't, you should, because it'll make you much more accurate and efficient in the kitchen. You're going to start by entering your particular information in the Setup tab, which is right down here. The cardinal rule of the Cake Ninja is that you must only enter data into yellow cells. There are a few exceptions, and I'll tell you those, because you don't want to mess anything up in terms of the formulas. I have locked all the formulas, but just in case, you don't want to write anything that's not yellow, unless it's an exception that I tell you about. There are tutorials for each page, so on each page you can see here there's a tutorial here, there will be one right here, there's one here, and so on. On the upper left of the individual recipe cost tab there is a handy converter for measurements, so make sure you look for that. There's also the same kind of converter in the price comparison for ingredients and supports. A general rule is that when you see a small black triangle in a cell, when you hover over that cell, it will give you some very helpful information. The step-by-step tab is just that, a step-by-step guide to pricing a cake and getting it into your system, getting it on your schedule, getting it so that the payment is all squared away. And after you've read that and do the setup, head over to the step-by-step, okay? And below here you will find all the detailed instructions for each of those tabs. So what is your next thing to do? After you've just looked at all this, your next thing to do is to go ahead and do the setup, okay? And where do you find the setup? You go down to the bottom here, and it says yellow setup, okay? I'm going to click it. And if you look at the setup tutorial, it explains to you how to put all your information in here so that all your prices and all your costs will be accurately accounted for. Okay, then you're going to go probably to your individual recipe costs. That's this one right here. There's a link to it, to the tutorial right here. And that is down here under individual recipe costs. It's the same color as this on the tab. And here you're going to go ahead and put in all your recipes, number them, and name them here. There's the name, and here's the number. These prices are for me in the United States, so if you're in the US or Canada, you're probably going to be good with those. But check your receipts and change your prices. Look on the individual recipe costs tutorial about how to do all this. This is the thing that's going to take you the most time. It's probably going to take you about an hour and a half to do all this. But once it's done, it's done. Okay. Then after that, you're going to probably want to know, how do I cost a cake and get it on the docket and in the system. So you're going to go ahead and go to the step-by-step. There's a tutorial that will be here momentarily. Go to step-by-step, which is this tab down here. And this is a very detailed 16-step instruction on how to quote your cake and get it in the system. And here's a abridged version. Now, once you do this like 3 times, you're not going to need this anymore because it's really quite simple. When you're done with this and you don't need this tutorial and this step-by-step guide anymore, you just click that and you press hide sheet and it'll go away. It'll still be there, it just won't be right there in your face. Same thing with the setup. Once you get this all set up and you're done and you don't think you're going to need to make any changes for a while, you go ahead and you hide that sheet. But the setup is a place where you might want to make actually some changes because things change, and this is where you would change it. So go to the initial setup tutorial for that. Then you're pretty much done because all your cakes are going to be in your system. They're all going to be priced, and then you can just look at some of these other ones like the Quick Look, which is a great way to look at the health of your business. The payment details. That is also detailed when and where you do that in this tutorial. Your income and expenses. This tutorial is also going to be here. It's very little that you have to do because it's all automatic. Here you can fool around with how to price compare your ingredients and your supports and find out which vendor is giving you the best price. The price list is going to tell you for cakes that you price a lot, if you don't want to keep repricing them, just go ahead and put them on your price list and then you just have it right there handy. 2 old school charts. A way to check, that's a price study, is just a way to check what the old price you charged versus the new price that the Ninja said you should charge. How you doing? Are you doing better? Are you doing worse? And then this is some 2 tabs, excuse me, that help you keep track of any links that you want to remember and photos from ones that people, brides, whoever had sent you that you want to keep track of. Handy tips, and any troubleshooting and other useful tutorials. So all of this is kind of just fun stuff to make it really fun. After you get the person on the docket and everything, then you can just try some of those other ones down there, like these here. These are all of these are fun and ways to just analyze your business, but they're not super critical to having every single cake price. The ones that you're going to look at for pricing are the individual recipes, the payments, the Quick Look, the order tracker, the calculator, the cost master. Looks like a lot, but really once you do it 1 or 2 times, you're going to find that it's super easy. So that is your general how to get started guide. And if you're not sure still after this, go to setup, take care of that, then go to step by step and take care of that, and you'll be on your way.